Hey everyone, thanks for listening to Sex with Emily. Today's show, how do you know when it's time to commit? How to get your partner on board with more fulfilling foreplay, and what to do when you're not a cuddler and your partner is, and so much more. Thanks for listening. You know how I'm always encouraging you to get a little more adventurous in the bedroom? Well, our friends at Sport Sheets, you know, the ones who pioneered easy-to-use bondage gear, have just released the perfect products for your next adventure, the all-new Midnight line. Midnight is a collection of sophisticated, playful, and adventurous accessories like lace cuffs, blindfolds, and one of our favorites, a lace collar and leash. Hey, Producer Madison, remember that time I led you around the trade show wearing one? How was that for you?
You know, surprisingly good. It's really comfy. I liked it more than I thought I would.
I know, right? Fun for everyone. Want to turn up the adventure dial a little more? No problem. Midnight has a whole selection of high-quality nipple clamps that not only feel amazing, but are really beautiful, too. Hey, Producer Madison, remember that Just kidding. Okay, don't underestimate a little nipple play. Trust me. Each item in the Midnight collection is made from the highest quality materials. Everything is nicely weighted and feels amazing to use. These are really the perfect way to bring a little special twist to your sexy playtime. Sport Sheets has been keeping couples connected for more than 20 years, and the Midnight collection is their latest masterpiece. To check out this or any of the other fun Sport Sheet products, click the Sport Sheets banner on my website or visit sportsheets.com. That's sportseets.com.
Into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by sex. Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day.
Hey, Emily, you got a boyfriend? Because my man E here, he just got his heart broken. He thinks you're kind of cute.
A girl's got to have her standards. Oh, my.
Do women know about shrinkage?
Isn't it common knowledge?
What do you mean, like laundry? It shrinks?
Can we not talk about sex so much?
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, it feels so good.
Being bad feels pretty good. But you know, Emily's not the kind of girl you just play with.
You're listening to Sex with Emily. We're talking about sex, relationships, and everything in between. For more information, go to sexwithemily.com. Well, you can do so many things there. Subscribe to the podcast, check out our daily posts about sex and relationships and all the things that you want to know about. They're all there on the website. And you can follow us on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram at Sex with Emily, facebook.com/sexwithemily. Subscribe to our newsletter if you haven't already, because that's a good time. And thanks for telling your friends about the show. And finally, you can download the show on Google Play, SoundCloud, and Spotify, in addition to iTunes. Very, very exciting. Oh, also, you know that I'm always talking about my favorite toys and where you can find them. Well, guess what? You can now find them on the website. My favorite picks. So look for the Shop with Emily tab on the site's menu. So do that. Hi, Menace. I'm here with Menace.
What's
We've
going
been
on,
separated
Emily?
for a while, and
I know.
I'm so happy to see you.
What the heck is going on? I've seen you all over the place on Instagram. If people are not following Sex with Emily on Instagram, you should do that. But you were, let me see, you were in New York City.
Right.
And you were looking good. You had like
Thank
all
you.
these different kind of outfits going on.
Yeah, I had got dressed up.
Who was your stylist? Or did you do it on your own?
I did the styling on my own, I have to say. I had literally the night before I left, I'm like, I need some killer outfits.
Yeah.
So I got a dress, that sexy lace one by Self Portrait, great brand. And then I had this red little outfit by Reformation.
Yeah. You're showing some
Showing
stomach
some
on there?
abs,
Hey,
some stabs.
wow.
Yeah, some stabs.
Look at
some
you.
abs. I know, right? It was fun.
So, which ex-boyfriend did you hook up with in New York?
You know what? I didn't have any sex in New York, but there I was.
What?
Okay. Well, it was sort of like I had a very Carrie Bradshaw moment where I don't often think like, oh, I did my show because I'm Carrie Bradshaw. I mean, it wasn't like I saw Sex in the City and
Decided to do this?
no, but I do the Sexual Health Expo, which was mind-blowingly amazing. It was the 5th one we've done, 2nd one in New York, and I'm going to get into that in a minute. But like after the show and after 2 days of all these people telling me how I've changed their sex life and meeting all the fans, I was like, oh, great. I'm tired. I go back to my room and I'm like too tired to order room service, like alone, not having sex. I mean, not sad, just like all these people are having great sex tonight or in their lives, and I'm going to sleep and tired to order room service alone. And I thought it was kind of funny. And then I'm sitting there like on my computer writing up notes from the show and not having sex. But I have sex here.
Yeah,
You know,
of course.
I just wasn't having
Los
sex in New York.
Angeles.
I didn't hook up with any exes, although you know what? Yeah, I didn't hook up with anybody. But there wasn't even anyone I wanted to,
Like,
I was like so satisfied from the 2 days, but drained. So here's the deal. Sexual Health Expo, we started here, and there's 2 days of, it was Saturday and Sunday in Brooklyn. So what we do is there's like 2 days of like speakers, like top sex educators, and then there's all these exhibitors, right? So like all of the products that we know, like up and coming products and like pleasure products, it was just really cool. So I get there on Saturday morning, at like 10, and there was a line around the corner. It's in Brooklyn at this really cool warehouse space, literally like lined up down the street waiting to get in, right? Because you never know if you're going to throw an event or a party, if anyone's going to be there. And then people just, we let them in at 10 o'clock, and it was so overwhelming and amazing because in the 11 years we've been doing the show, I met more listeners in 2 days than I have in 11 years. Because you do a lot, like for the Woody Show, you do public events. I realize I don't do that much. I've taught like a workshop here and there at Hustler, and I think some people might not want to go to a Hustler store, or they might not be their thing. Yeah. Right. But I'm thinking, I got to get out more because meeting these people, hundreds of listeners. It was overwhelming, and it was like, because we get emails all the time from people who are like, your shows changed our life. But to meet people who were just like, and the interesting thing was the demographic. It was like, there was a couple, and I'm sorry if you're listeners and I don't remember your names at this moment, but like this couple who's like in their 60s, and they're like, we fall asleep every night listening to your show, and it's like changed our life. Cool. Yeah, there were several like young women who were like, I'm going to become a sexologist because of you. You've like changed the course of my life. And then there were like a lot of couples who listened to the show together, like a boyfriend. He's like, I got her to listen, and it was just, it blew me away. It was like just to hear that, and people were like nervous and excited, and
That's
I'm just always like, and some people were like, I was nervous to say hi, and I'm like, I'm standing here at this booth, like I'm thrilled, and everyone said, well, where's Menace? Because I did a live podcast, and they're like, well, where's Menace? They just assume that you're with me. I'm like, he's probably in Vegas. Turns out you were in Vegas.
Yeah, I was there for the iHeartRadio Festival, which was amazing, 2-day event, and met so many listeners. But it's crazy. Speaking, I was at that festival, and I did meet Sex with Emily listeners, and I do a lot of, again, like you said, Woody Show events, which is a morning show here in Los Angeles, and I was at the LA County Fair, right? And somebody comes up to me and says, "I listen to Sex with Emily." So it's crazy.
It's a thing.
I know people are out there listening.
They're out there.
It's amazing, and yeah, you got to get out more and do.
I do.
Events.
What should we do? We should do an event here that's not like you got to go to Hustler. You got to go.
Yeah.
We did the improv show, the 10-year anniversary show, but I don't know. We should talk about that. Like, or email us, feedback@sexwithemily.com.
It has to be like a destination place. Again, we've always talked about doing a Vegas thing. I think that was great because I did one. We did a meetup in Vegas with the Woody Show. We're just like, hey, we're going to be at this place at this time. I think that'd be great because people just want to go somewhere for the weekend. Right. If we say like, oh, meet us in Hollywood, like, what are people going to do? Like, people across the country and the world think like Hollywood is this glamorous place. It's not. No, there's just like lots of traffic and smog. It wouldn't be a great place to have people come out for the weekend for like 2 days, but it would have to be somewhere fun where people can entertain themselves outside of just checking us out.
So Vegas, maybe.
I think
or
we should
somewhere
definitely
else.
do that.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, you guys, like we'll do that because I want. Just for me, also after doing the show for so long, I don't meet. I know you're out there. I know you're listening, but I don't meet you, and that just my heart. I had tears. I had so many emotions, and it just felt. Cool. I'm so thank you to everybody, all the amazing listeners who came out to say hello and who have been supporting the show. And I loved hearing your stories, and it was just really inspiring. And I'm like, it just made me like, this is why I'm doing it. Because I said, we're in a box all the time. Like, you don't understand. We don't meet listeners.
Get to meet anybody.
Right.
But I already had an idea in my head that how we can make it happen. So.
Oh, you're not going to tell me?
I'm not going to share you now. But people get ready. Because there's some dates that I have to be there, and then maybe we can just tag it on. Where we just record and say, hey, meet us up here.
Okay. That would be awesome because I did do a live podcast.
And if no one comes, whatever, we'll be drunk and we'll be sitting.
Yeah, we won't be mad. We won't be mad at you. We're already having a good time. That's a good point because if you're sitting there and no one shows up. But I did do a live podcast without you. I'm really sorry.
No,
that'll be coming out like next week or 2 weeks. I know. I'm not really sorry.
Awesome.
But I had a big announcement there that I would like to announce to everybody now. You don't even know this, but you know how much I love lube. Yeah. Well, Joe Lube, we talk about them all the time. They asked me in a meeting, they're like, what would your dream lube be? And I'm like, that's interesting. Like I have a lot of ideas about it. So now they're going to help me make my dream lube, but I need your help, all the listeners. So go to sexwithemily.com and sexwithemily.com/dreamlube and take a short survey. And your responses are going to help Joe create a brand new lube that we design together.
Nice.
Plus, 10 lucky participants of the survey will receive a Joe prize package worth $100. And they have really cool things. They don't just make lube. They have like really cool beauty products for men and for women. So go to sexwithemily.com/dreamlube or click on the Dream Lube banner today. It takes like 5 minutes, 4 minutes. It's just about like what kind of lube you want. And then it'll be like a lube that we created by the people for the people.
That'd be awesome.
And so it was a great weekend overall. And then I'm going to Germany and Amsterdam on Monday.
On Monday?
Yes. I'm going to another sex conference called
shares nothing with
Aerofame.
me
I
anymore.
know. I'm telling you now. He walks in. I'm like, we got to talk on the show. But yeah, I'm going to, it's called Aerofame. Like, you know how I go
That's
to all these
awesome.
industry conferences here?
Yeah.
And so, but now I'm going with WeVibe. And we have a booth there. And so
That's
if
great.
anyone's in Germany, I'm going to be in Hanover.
We've definitely had listeners over the years.
I know.
That's
Email
super
me because
cool.
I think I'm going to do an event in Amsterdam next weekend, which is like the weekend of October something. I don't even know what the date is. October like 7th-ish.
Well, pay attention and follow.
Pay attention to social media because
Yeah.
So follow us. It'll be like Twitter, wherever, Facebook. I'm going to announce where it's going to be. But Amsterdam, dude, how fun is that?
That's amazing. Yeah, I was supposed to go to Amsterdam in last December, but of course the Paris attacks happened and messed up all my
Pesky
travel.
terrorist attacks.
Yeah, it sucks. But that shouldn't stop anybody from checking out Amsterdam. That's going to be awesome. In Germany, I don't really know much about Germany.
Right.
I just want to go to Amsterdam to check out the
people,
the windmills.
The windmills, exactly.
Yes.
And the it's going to be
That's going to be such a great time. Please Instagram a ton while you're there.
I will.
Because I want to see what it looks like.
I promise I will do that.
Sex with Emily on Instagram.
Sex with them on Instagram. It's a good time. Okay, so I've got some sex. Is there anything else that you wanted to share at this moment?
No. Thank you for all the listeners I keep on meeting all over the place in my travels. They come up to me and say, "I listen to Sex with Emily show." You don't have to whisper it to me. Don't be ashamed.
Right? Don't be ashamed.
Yeah, it's
stand
great.
Stand up proud.
I love meeting all of you, and thank you for following my French bulldogs. Last time I was on there, I announced I had a new French bulldog, Chimmy, and she's great, and she's been keeping my other French bulldog happy. And
I'm so
they're
happy.
playing all the time,
and they have the two separate Instagrams.
They do.
I don't see why you wouldn't combine the Instagrams.
No, they have their own personalities.
Really?
They do.
What's so different?
Like Chimmy likes to be cuddled.
Ooh.
Churro, not so much.
Oh, I would like Chimmy better.
Yeah.
I just want to cuddle.
But Chimmy's a licker. She likes to lick you on the face.
I like that too.
Yeah. So.
I like licking.
All right. You do you?
Duh.
Yeah. So
duh.
they'll be visiting the offices
Please.
soon.
Yeah, that's good. You have like a happy family, happy life. I'm glad
it's
things
great.
are going so well for you, and everyone should check out his show, The Woody Show.
The Woody
now
Show,
it's going to be coming everywhere, right?
Yeah, they're going. I can't announce it now, but it's going to be on in other cities in the United States starting November. So pay attention there, and we podcast every day. So
right, it's up for a day.
It's up for a day. It's news, pop culture.
Right. People like it. People loving you. And
Thank
say
you.
hi. Yeah. And like people come to you, say hi to me. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm not always like meeting.
And we gotta
it
get you
changed
back-
my life.
gotta get
This
you
was
back
a
on the show.
life-changing weekend for me.
Well,
in
once
New
we
York.
get syndicated, it'd be great to get you back on the
Yeah,
show.
that was a
'cause
blast.
it's
You
so
didn't
much
tell
fun.
me if what's her name, the girl on your show used the vibrator yet, but
She
probably
did. She said it wasn't strong enough. I told you to.
She
bust
never
out the,
had an orgasm.
Yeah, and I told you to bust
She
out
probably
the
didn't know how to
big-
use it.
We should call her.
Just let me call her. Seriously,
We'll
that
call
was
her on this
friggin-
show.
She should come on the show. We'll call her
All
for
right.
sure.
Oh yeah, can I share one more thing?
Of course.
So I did mention a couple of podcasts ago that the show that I work on, we teamed up with Habit Burger, and we're helping raise money for No Kid Hungry. Well, in the month of September, we helped raise $350,000 for No Kid
Oh
Hungry.
my God, from the Woody
Yeah,
Show? That's
it's
amazing.
crazy. I mean,
Dude.
Habit, like really, they promoted it a lot by themselves too, but we were a part of that, and it was effing amazing. So if anybody is listening to the podcast that was a part of that and helped donate money, that is awesome. So
That's
for
a
No
lot of
Kid
money.
Hungry.
Congratulations.
Yeah, 350,000.
You guys are doing good work. Not
Yeah.
just entertaining people,
Yeah,
but
and then I don't have any details, but also on October 23rd, I'm going to be doing a pet adoption event too. So
I want to adopt a pet.
Yeah?
Yeah. October
Okay.
23rd, where?
At Tustin Toyota in Southern California. I don't have the times
Where's
yet.
Tustin? Sounds far.
It's on the Google. It'll tell you where it's at.
I'm not going to go there. But if you see a dog that I like, just
Yeah,
pick him
all
up for
right.
me.
I'll throw it in the,
Okay.
the back of the car.
Throw it in the back of the car. It's cool. I need a dog to cuddle.
Yeah,
Like Jimmy.
I know my baby.
He cuddles?
Yeah.
I can't take dogs that don't cuddle.
Yeah,
It's a problem.
We'll see.
Can you like pre-screen dogs for cuddling dogs? You probably can. Okay, anyway, we got some sex in the news.
All right, what's going on?
Okay, a monthly date night. Monthly date nights could save a marriage. So, this is a study they did. Married couples who have a monthly date night and leave their children at home can reduce the chance of splitting up, a study found. Having a trip to the cinema, restaurant, or theater and getting away from the children can keep the spark of love alive. Perhaps making a little effort, like little touches, wearing a more flattering outfit rather than the more practical outfits that you're just wearing around the house all the time really make a difference. Or just simply spending time together as a couple without the distractions of day-to-day life. And they said, however it works, however couples do this date night, it reduced splitting up by 14% in couples who found time to go on that date once a month. And this shows you how many couples aren't going on dates. They're not taking, because life gets in the way. You're busy. You know, you might be like, oh, I'm just sick of my partner. I don't want to spend a night with him. But that's probably why you need to.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
Figure out what's going on in your relationship and stuff like that. Not like have deep conversations in your free time. It's to have fun.
Just go out and have a good time.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was talking to a friend about this lately. She's had a baby like a year ago. And she's like, God, we're just not having great sex, and I'm just, it's hard. I'm like, you had a baby. When was the last time you guys went out? She's like, oh, we haven't at all. Like, you forget that that's just so obvious, but then you get caught up in your life. And I was like, well, do you remember if there was a time in your relationship when can you remember when you were the most attracted to him? Like, before you had the kid? And she's like, well, we just used to have fun going out, like getting buzzed and having a good meal. I'm like, okay, so do that. Like, it doesn't have to be expensive. You can go to your favorite, like, hole in the wall, but just without the children, the two of you connecting, I would suggest put your cell phones away if you can.
Yeah.
Like, I know the kids, you're worried. Like, you don't need to have them on the table. You don't need to be Instagramming your meal. Like, really, like, focus on each other. Because, like, phones, I think, could be really harmful in a lot of relationships.
And then also, Woody, who I work with, he's married with 2 kids. And he does make it a point. I hear him talk all the time, like at least once or twice a month to have a date night thing without the kids.
You have to.
You have to do that.
But I get that people don't, if it can reduce your chance of divorce like 14%.
They think, I got to keep the family going. I got to keep on working. I got to, but that's what helps keep the family going.
Exactly. And you're better parents, you're better humans, you're better everything, better employees, better moms, dads when you have that time to connect.
And we said this before, it's even if it's just like a hotel for night in the city that you live in.
Right.
Like, look, it doesn't have to be a lot of money. Holiday Inn Express, I stay there all the time. It's amazing.
Oh, it's like $49 or something? You get like breakfast?
And you get breakfast the next day, and they have a pancake maker that you hit one button, and it poops out a pancake. It's amazing.
Really?
So what's more sexy than that?
That is sexy,
Nothing.
except for the part about the poop, which is
Yeah.
funny. Not, honey, that was so hot last night. Want to go poop out a pancake?
Some people, dude, that's nothing. Not to switch the subject, but talking about pooping out a pancake is nothing compared to what just happened recently at the Folsom Street Fair in San Francisco.
What happened?
The stories that I've heard and the photos that I've seen, it has taken it to a whole level bigger than I've ever seen.
Why?
Living in San Francisco.
I know. It's San
why.
Francisco. I don't even recognize. Like, if San Francisco walked up to me in the bar and said hi, I wouldn't even know who it is.
I think it's like, it's just taking it to another level. Like,
why was pooping reminded you of it?
Do you know what? I don't even want to share this on the show, but people can get on Google and type in Folsom Street Fair.
It used to be just men in like whips and leather chaps.
People are just like not afraid to share any type of fetish or anything that they're into nowadays. It is things
like
that
even you were shocked after living in San Francisco.
Or just being on the show. Like there's stuff that I've seen. There's stuff that happened that we have never discussed on this show ever, and I cannot believe it.
We don't even want to. We don't need to.
I know this was about having date night with your partner, but just a side note, again, get on Google, type in Folsom Street Fair 2016.
Okay. Wow. It means every year.
Not at work. And maybe there's something that you're into that you can find.
You might find a new fetish. You might find a new interest, a new kink. Leave it to San Francisco
Crazy.
to spark that for you.
Crazy stuff.
But that's so good to know. I'm sorry I missed it this year. I used to always go, but I love San Francisco.
I'm saying just wear a wetsuit this time.
Oh, dude. It's like
What?
squirting and pooping. What?
I don't even want to.
Okay, don't tell me. I love that you're not telling me. I love that you're using discretion.
I am.
It's super mature.
And that's what type of show we are.
Okay.
We're not
We
a
are.
raunchy show.
We're not raunchy. It's already sex in the title. If I was super raunchy, it could be challenging. Let me just wrap up this Sex in the News real quickly, though. The researchers found the effect only worked on married couples and not cohabitees, which is interesting. But I wonder if you're married. I mean, if you have children and you're not married, but you've chosen never to get married. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's just like you live together.
Yeah.
I think they're saying that if you're just living together for 2 years and you don't have kids, maybe. But you can also not be married with kids. So I just think every couple needs a time without the friggin' cell phones and out just the two of you doing the things, but especially when you have kids.
Yeah.
And Michelle Obama told U.S. talk show host Jimmy Fallon that she and Barack try to do date nights, although it's not easy. Barack has a 20-car motorcade, men with guns, the ambulance is always there. How romantic can you be? Heart goes out to the Obamas. But they're still trying. Even Michelle Obama's trying. You should all try. Okay, we're going to give a little shout out to our sponsors who we love. And thank you, everyone, for supporting them. Because, I only talk about things that I love. And I know that you'll enjoy. So thanks so much. And we'll be right back. You know what's so great about sex toys? They don't get jealous. They just want you to feel good. Even if it means they sit one out while you try something new. Well, I was recently introduced to that something new, the Rabbit Company Lay-On Vibrator. I'm here to tell you that this little palm-sized beauty is simply awesome. It's made for external use and features 2 ears that are perfectly positioned for clitoral stimulation. The whole piece is gently curved to match a woman's natural contour, so it can literally lay on you, as the name suggests. But its ergonomic shape feels so good to hold and move around. You'll find endless different sensations by changing the lay-on's positions. It's whisper quiet and has 6 vibration patterns. But my favorite feature? The Rabbit Company keeps the motion in the ears, not the handle. No more numb hands from the transfer of vibration. It's really amazing. Like all Rabbit Company products, the Lay-On is 100% body safe, features easy-to-use controls, and has a 5-year warranty. To order your Lay-On, visit therabbitcompany.com or click the Rabbit Company banner on my website. Hey, why not? Lay it on today. Okay, everyone, now we're going to read your emails. Thank you and play your voicemails. Thanks so much for emailing me at feedback@sexwithemily.com. And you guys are so good. You're so good at your name, your age, where you're calling from, how you listen. It was funny, Menace, because when I was even at the show, not only did the Sexual Health Expo in New York, not only did I do a live podcast, but then throughout the weekend, I have a new Zoom recorder.
Oh, nice.
So people were just coming up and like asking, we had them sign up if they just wanted to ask me questions. And they were so funny. They're like, my name is Allie. I'm 24 from New York, and I listen on Spotify. She's like, I know Menace wants to know. Like, they were so cute. Like, you've drilled it into everyone's head that, like, they need to lay it down.
Yeah, we want to know where our listeners are coming from.
We just want to know.
Thank you so much.
We need to know. I appreciate that. And also, we are taking your voicemails, and we've got some great calls today. We'll be playing some as well. You can leave a message. 818-ASK-SWE1 or 818-275-7931. That's also on the website. You can find all of that there.
Sexwithemily.com.
True that. Okay, here we go. Dear Emily, I'm casually hooking up with a girl a few years younger than me. We have a strong connection and have stated we have strong feelings towards each other. We talk every day and the sex is amazing. She says it's the best she's ever had and has said she loves me. The only issue is that she recently got out of a long-term relationship, almost 7 years, and wants to enjoy being single as she never experienced that when she was younger. She had one other high school relationship before the last one, and she never got to experience being single in her early 20s. She's 25 now. She likes to have a good time, go out and have some one-night stands with others. She loves the chase and excitement, and it's something new for her. She loves that men approach her and seem to be attracted to her. This does worry me as I'm developing really strong feelings and want us to be exclusive. It's only been 3 months since she ended her last relationship because she wanted to explore her sexual and social freedom. She stated that she wants a proper relationship with me, but had set herself on a 12-month goal of being single to see what she wants with life. We've planned various activities together that are a few months away. She has suggested them, not me. So should I wait? Should I walk away? Or should we look at an open relationship? Thanks, Josh, 30, Australia. God, I love our Australia listeners. We have so many listeners from Australia. I mean, I love all my listeners.
It's a great place.
It's a great place.
It's a very sexual place.
I know.
Australia.
Maybe we should go down there to Australia.
I'm down to go down under.
Who wants to fly us down?
Yeah.
We'll be there. We'll be there tomorrow. Okay, so Josh. So did you get this whole layout? Because I even know if you're even listening, it's a lot.
What?
So basically,
No, I'm listening.
I'm going to recap.
Totally breaking down.
recapping.
I'm ready for my rebuttal on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're all ready. Well, I'm just recapping here. Just you guys, if that was with all the numbers and dates.
Okay.
So here's the thing, is that Josh is really into this chick, and they, he casually hooked up with her, but she got out of a 7-year relationship. She's 25, so she's been with the same guy since she was 18, and he's 30, she's 25. They're having this great connection. The sex is amazing, but she states 12 months. Like she at least gave herself 12 months to have fun and explore. 7 years in a relationship is a long time, but I get she also is really attracted to him. And then he's saying, like, should we have an open relationship? What do we do? So I think she does need the space to see other people because she's telling him that. But but it's also probably mixed messages, and it's difficult for him to navigate because she really wants to be with him and she's attracted to him, but yet she's saying, I need to be without a man.
All the answers are right in front of you. They're being told to you. That happens 90% of the time. It's just for you to accept it. That's it. That she's telling you exactly what she wants to do. All right?
Right.
Just let her go off and do her own thing. You go do your own thing.
Right.
And
she's not going to change
happens.
this. Right.
Don't try to be in the middle of it. Like, you know what? I really want to commit. And she tells you, oh, I don't want to commit. I just want to be out here and doing things.
Right.
Like, that's just going to cause issues.
I agree.
In if you eventually want to be with this person,
let her be free.
Thing. Don't have all your time being taken up by a person that doesn't want to commit at this time.
Right. But here's why it's
confusing.
confusing.
Go live your own life, and if she's there, she's there.
But here's why my heart goes out to him, because I was this chick. For a long time, I was a serial monogamist, and I would be in a relationship, and I'd break up with the guy, and I'd say,
I'm going to be free.
I want to be free. I want to know who Emily is without a man in my life. I mean, this was all through my 20s. And then I'd go out and I'd meet a guy who was great. And I'd be like, oh, I really like you, but I can't do it. But I like you, but I can't be with you. And I would go through this, and then eventually I would break up with them. I think it's really important for everyone, men and women, to have time without a relationship. And if you keep going from one to the next, you never get to figure out really who you are. And I'm not saying this is for every person on the planet. Some people meet someone when they're young, meet someone whenever, and they're happy. Yeah. But Josh, she is telling you that she needs her sexual and social freedom. But I get it's confusing because her actions are she's planning stuff down the road. So I would say either you need to cut it off. You could have an open relationship, which sounds like you are right now because you said she's hooking up with people. Can you handle that? Like, open relationships are hard to do when you're starting out, like when you don't have a foundation. It sounds like you guys are new and it's exciting. So to open it up, it sounds like you're just dating other people. If you can handle that, Josh, maybe that'll work. But it sounds like you love her and you want to, you're falling in love with her and you want to be with her. So it could just get really tricky. And I know, again, that I used to do those things because when I was with these guys that I liked, I would really be into them. I'd be like, this is amazing. But then I'd go home and I'd be like, oh, I'm confused. So that's what she's doing too. So eventually
go live your life.
Let her be free.
And if she comes to you in the end, she does. If she doesn't, at least you had fun.
You had fun. You had a good time. Right. Okay. Hi, Emily. I love your show. I get so excited when I see a new episode, and I always look forward to listening to the podcast on my way home from work. I'm 25 years old female, and my partner is a 28-year-old male. We've been in a relationship for 3 years. Before my current partner, I've been in 4 monogamous relationships. All of them like different things in bed. In particular, one of my partners enjoyed a lot of touching, licking, and kissing all over his body. His neck, his ears, his chest, his waist, you name it. I really liked this, and it gave me a lot of variety in terms of what I could do for foreplay. My current partner, however, seems to like only one thing when it comes to foreplay.
Blowjobs?
Blowjobs.
Yes, sweet.
So good. Right, Menace.
See?
Don't get me wrong. I love giving blowjobs. So that was a tough one, right?
Yeah.
What could he possibly like? Long walks on the beach?
Where is this leading to?
Right. Kissing, nibbling on his neck.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love giving blowjobs, but I want a little bit of warm-up. I want to touch, kiss, and lick his body, but he doesn't like that. Most time it just tickles, he says. The issue is twofold.
I feel you, man.
You don't like the tickling or the whatever. You just want a blowjob. You're this guy.
I mean, and every 90% of guys want that anyways. They don't give a shit about you kissing them all over. They just want... They're going to let you do it because eventually they know
it's going to lead to a blowjob. Well, this is a twofold question. So he typically goes straight to fingering me or trying to eat me out. I want him to take his time. I want some intimate foreplay. How can I add variety to the foreplay I'm giving him and have him like it? And how can I get him to give me more foreplay? Dude, this is like harder than solving world hunger. I swear to God, everybody wants more foreplay. But I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you, Michelle, because you're 25 years old and this is not going to end for you. So let me just tell you, because I sleep with guys my age and they don't know about foreplay and they're fucking putting their fingers inside me. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? I am not turned on. What about my boobs? What about my neck?
Yeah.
What about kissing me? So, Michelle, I get it. You're on board. But sometimes men need to be taught. We need to teach them. And they want to learn. Like, here's the misconception about men and women. One of the bazillion is that the misunderstanding. When a guy goes right to your vagina, your vulva, your pussy, however you want to call it, and starts fingering you and touching you, we think he doesn't care. He doesn't want to turn me on. He just wants to get his. He doesn't know that it hurts because no, he wants to please you. He really does. He doesn't know how. So I'm going to teach you how to teach him how to be into foreplay and how to give you what you want.
Do it.
So, just saying more foreplay, what does that do? You're like, what does that mean, right? It can be challenging.
I think it does. And then, but here's a real quick thing before you get into it.
Yeah.
You opened up with exactly what I was going to say. If you tell a guy that you want more foreplay, he's not going to run away. The whole reason you're writing this email is because you're too afraid to tell him what you want.
Right.
So you want to try to figure out a different way how to get what you want without telling him directly.
Exactly.
Don't be afraid to tell him. Say, hey, you know what? I want more foreplay. Any guy in the world that is sleeping with you is not going to be afraid by that. A guy is just going to want instructions on what to do.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
Emily's going to do.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do.
I'm just giving you the point. Don't be afraid to tell him.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Do not be afraid because he wants to know, but it's a little finessing. You can't. So here's what you do. Start by telling him.
Charts.
What? I got blueprints and charts?
Yeah.
No, but I need one. I need more here. So start by telling him, like, I enjoy it so much. Like, when we're kissing and hugging, it really turns me on. That's something you can say. Like, when he walks in the door and you guys hug, you're like, God, that turns me on. That feels really good. So you're, like, laying the groundwork for what he knows. And, like, studies have shown that, like, a 30-second hug can turn, not to the point where she's going to want to have sex, but gets you, like, connected. Like, it gets those hormones and, like, the serotonin and all that spikes just from the touching. So you want to avoid negative comments like, why don't you kiss me more? Why don't we do this? Or why don't we do that? Because that's just going to like shut him down. So you can start with like, you were doing something the other day, you can say to him, that really turned me on. You know, like I loved when you were like the way we were making out or the way you were kissing my ear. So you're giving him like a point of reference for things that you like rather than just saying you want foreplay. You could also say, I had a really hot dream about you the other night. Mm-hmm. And then you can explain it. You can say you were kissing my body all over and it felt so great. I was on my stomach and you were like slowly kissing me down my back and then like eventually I turned over and gave you a blowjob, right? You can put him in the dream. And you might think, well, that's not true. I didn't have that dream. Well, you had that fantasy. You had that thought. Yeah. This is what you want. So you know what? It's just a way to explain to him what you want, and it's kind of like an outside thing, like you had the dream, and a little imagination fantasy is fine. You could also tell him like, it turns me on so much when, I just love kissing you. Can we go slow tonight? You got to give him examples. Like when something isn't working, when it's not working, you don't want to say like, this isn't working. You can say like, something like, there was something that you were doing the other night that felt like really good. And then you could like show him something that you want. Or you can say like, my body is craving something different tonight. Like just rather than like stop or pushing his hands away or doing something that would just like make him feel like he's failing, you can just kind of keep redirecting him. So how do you show him? This is the other thing you're saying, Menace. You said like you could say I want more foreplay, but how do you show him? How do you show him what you want? Well, first of all, you can have him start just like tell him that you're in charge. And then we're going to get to how you can get him to like foreplay, but this is about you first. You can tell him that like you're in charge. Have him start kissing you and say, you know what? I want to play a game tonight. You're going to start kissing me. And like, I want to keep kissing until like, I kind of tell you what's happening next. So he can start kissing you. And then you could say, God, I really want you to kiss my neck. And like, have him go slow, like slow him down and be like, kiss my neck. Now, like, I want you to slowly undress me. And like have this go as slow as you want. And you can like kiss him back and do things to him. And so you're directing it and then he's understanding what you want. So have him slowly caress your neck or your back or like, and then he'll know like there is no going down to your pants yet. And he'll see that you need 10, 15 minutes, 2 hours.
2 hours.
Do you think that would help you, Menace?
Yeah, just some instructional.
Right? Like
thing.
slowly. It's a game.
That's what every guy wants, just some direction.
They do. But we don't know how to do
direction.
it sometimes. We get angry. We say it once and we're like, why didn't he pay attention? Because people don't change their behavior overnight.
You're just too afraid to say directly what you want.
Right. And so if you don't know, like I also feel
I
like
just want to be told directly.
you do, right?
Like guys are like dogs. You just tell them exactly what you want,
right?
And you'll get it.
Hopefully, yeah.
But again, you do have to like keep on training them, though.
You do.
Then they'll be like, okay, this is what she wanted this one time. And
then he'll keep doing it.
And then the second time, it's back to exactly what it was like
It's
before.
true. It's like a dog. It's like training a dog.
Yeah, this is what I want every time.
Right. You didn't throw a bone to.
That point. Yeah.
Right. You didn't just throw a bone once and chimichurro fist.
Knew exactly what to bring.
No,
back,
you gotta do like 15 times. So, okay, so about him, she's upset because he doesn't like the kissing and all that. But I think if you get more foreplay, you might not be as upset. I think she's just really like a giver, and I feel like Michelle, you're thinking he should want as much foreplay as I do. But if you really want him, here's another thing: rather than him just doing it on you, you can say, you know what, babe, tonight is about you. You can put some music on, turn the phones off. Lie him down and say, I want to put a blindfold on him if he'll be down with that. And just give him a massage. Like start to like, just say, I don't want you to do anything tonight. Like right now, I'm just going to kiss you. And you just start, kissing him, touching him. You can use like a massage candle, pour some wax on him. I think that who doesn't like massage though? Like it could get him in the mood, slow it down. See what he likes and doesn't like. If he's like, ouch, that hurts, you could be like, do you like this? It's good to give options. Like maybe you could use that touch like with your fingers like lightly down his back, or maybe he wants a massage, like a real, like just figure out what touch he likes. Do you want this or do you want this? And then maybe that will calm him down to be in the mood, because you say you're trying to touch him right now and he's like, oh, that tickles. But again, just like women, he might not be relaxed enough to receive that pleasure and how good it might feel to be touched in the way that he might not even know what kind of touch feels good to him either. Yeah. So it just sounds like this is the perfect example we get all the time of just slowing everything down. My favorite sex tip.
Yes. Slow
it down. So that's what I say, Michelle. This is all some good stuff here, I think. Do this. You'll be happy. Email me. Let me know how it goes. Another email? What? Oh, excited? Did that get you turned on, kind of?
Yeah, totally.
Hi, Emily. I love the podcast. You and Menace make a great duo.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Hi.
I recently started dating a guy I met on Tinder. We've been dating for 3 months, and everything is going great.
Cool. Uh-oh.
We've met each other. There's always a but.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just an email with like, no buts? We've met each other's families, and we instantly hit it off. We've been playing with the idea of having a threesome with another girl.
Already? Wow.
It is both of our fantasies, and I'm very attracted to women, so I'm in the hunt for someone to join us. My only fear is that it may change the dynamic of our new relationship. We've set boundaries, decided that it would be one time, a fun hookup, and we wouldn't have any contact with the girl after the fact. Since our relationship is very new, do you think this is a bad idea? Should we build a stronger foundation first? Thanks so much, Amy, 29, Covina, California.
Oh, Covina. What's up, Covina?
Yeah, it's near us.
Yeah. I don't know how you feel about it, but I would say if this is something you want to do, knock it out right away and see what happens. Because why invest so much in a relationship and then you do it and then you realize, oh, you know what? This actually does affect our relationship. And then you invested all that time, might as well just get it out of the way and see what happens. Yeah. At least that's how I feel.
No, that's interesting, Menace, because I was going to say the fact that you're emailing me, if it's a good or a bad idea, I think it might not be the right time because it's a new relationship. Because when you have doubts, it might not be a great thing to do. And I was going to say you could have threesomes in other ways. Like you can fantasize about it and talk about it. Like I had a boyfriend who did this. And he was like, God, I picture a woman right now and she's hot and going down on you. And to me, that was a really hot fantasy. In my 20s, I was like, wow, that's hot. But we're not actually having a threesome. However, Menace, you bring up a good point that when I'm reading this again, Amy's saying that she's really attracted to other women. And so
it's something that she wants to do.
If you really want to do it and you guys have set this, it might just be prepared that it might change your relationship, but maybe for the better. Maybe you guys will have threesomes all the time. But there is no denying the fact that either way, this will change things. It could be for the better. It could be for the worse. And if you can't stop thinking about it and you really want to be with another woman right now, I like that you set boundaries. I like that you can't have any contact with the girl. I mean, these are all sounds like really good rules and boundaries. So,
it's usually we get emails that my boyfriend wants to have a threesome. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. But this is like
the woman. But do you want to hear something?
Everybody's into it.
No, Menace. I was actually going to announce this, like make an announcement in some other way, but I'm going to say it now since you brought it up. Over the last 11 years, there's often trends in emails we get. You know, people, certain topics come up. In the last, I'd say 2 months, we've had so many emails from women who want threesomes. They want to know how to get a third, how to convince their partner. We never got those emails. And even when I was at the Sexual Health Expo, when people came up and asked me questions, 2 women, how do I find a third? So it's changing. The times are changing. Women are like, I don't know. And I don't know if it's because
the women are out there hunting.
The women are hunting.
I think it's way easier for them.
Yeah. But they always want to know how to find a third. There's actually a great blog on our website that Celeste Hirschman, who I talk about, who I'm taking my somatica training with, she wrote a blog called I'm a Unicorn and a Unicorn Hunter about her experience, because the third is called a unicorn in a threesome relationship, typically the bisexual partner in a threesome. So I would check out that blog if you're interested, because I'm amazed by all these women who are like writing it. Not amazed, it's just I love it, but just didn't happen before. So I thought you'd like to know that Sex with Emily update.
I love it.
I love it too. All right, Menace, now we got this exciting part of the show. Our new thing is the voicemails. So thanks everyone for leaving us voicemails. I gave you the number earlier, which is 818-275-7931. So
all the info's at sexwithemily.com.
True that.
Just click on Ask Emily.
This is fun. It's almost as good as meeting everyone in person as hearing their voices. So I love hearing from you. Here we go. First question.
Hey, Emily. This is Steve, and I live in Studio City. I'm a new listener, and I was turned on to your show by my beautiful and lovely friend, Summer, who also loves your show, and love you too. You're great. So anyway, here's my question. I'm so fascinated by all things women, and I've never heard this before until I started listening to your show about the quadrants of the clitoris, or the clitoris, or dolores. Anyway, so tell me more about the quadrants, and I want to know more about this. And anyway, you're fantastic. Thanks so much. Love you, and bye.
All right. Thank you, Steve. I know, right?
Is this like Star Wars talk or what?
Right. Like, I'm just glad if you found the clitoris, and now we're breaking it into quadrants. Well, thank you, Steve.
Why make it more complicated?
Okay, dude. We just need any way that we can make you understand. If we have to use Star Wars analogies, we will. We just want you to break. Okay, so here's the thing, Steve. There's lots of nerve endings in the clitoris, and the upper left quadrant is the sweet spot. It contains the highest concentration of nerves in the human body. And the people at One Taste, where I went Menacule, my infamous clitoris stroking class I did years ago. Random people stroke my clitoris, which sounds much more sketchy than it actually is. But they kind of mapped out like the emotional reflexology of the clitoris. But their findings are pretty classified. They talk about the upper left quadrant being the third eye of Om. But here's the deal. If you, Steve, want to find the upper quadrant of the clitoris, or you're a woman listening and you want to find it on your own, which I recommend, it's a tiny area crammed with thousands of nerve endings. So look at the clitoris between your legs, with the top of the clitoris as 12 o'clock, like on a clock face. So to find 1 o'clock, it's ideally like a small indentation or pocket between the hood and your clitoris. So he can use his index finger, or you can use yours, and you stroke it like with the lightest touch possible. Like if you think it's light, like it's almost like you're not even sure if you are touching it. That's how light. And use the tip of the finger. You can use, Steve, your tip of your finger is the pad. So you don't want to use like a pointed finger. It's like the pad of your finger. And you stroke it at a constant speed for periods of like 2 to 3 minutes. And that's what they do in the oming class. But the truth is, it's really about going slow. Like everything with the clitoris and sex, like you just want to go slow. But that is the truth is there is more sensitivity. And a lot of women I talk to, like I know, like when I masturbate, like I'm focusing on that upper left quadrant. Like on my clitoris, when I look down my 12, it's like to my left. Like if I'm looking right now at my clitoris, It's so that does that make sense? 12 o'clock. It's the 1 o'clock on the face of the clock. I'm spatially challenged, so I'm just explaining to you. So that's what it is, and it does exist, and it is super sensitive.
You have a
Go
ton
so
of
you'll
stuff
find
about
it.
this website on your website,
I
right?
don't, but we could post this little quadrant thing. We're going to do that before the show posts.
Right.
We'll do that.
So keyword quadrant.
Keyword quadrant.
Yeah, I don't even know how to spell
that was a great question, though, Steve. Thank you. Because if I ever just gave a throwaway thing about the quadrant, I understand why you'd want more information. Because I love men and women who are interested in the clitoris. Okay, next voicemail.
Hey there, Emily. This is Erin. I'm 28, and I listen to the show on my phone usually while I'm out working. I am just calling because I've been seeing a new guy for a couple of months, and everything seems great. He's super sweet. But a few nights ago, it came up that his feelings get really hurt because I don't like to cuddle while I'm sleeping. We'll cuddle before bed, but then as soon as I start to be sleepy, I pull away, I turn my back to him, and I fall asleep.
Sounds amazing.
I've been single for a couple years before, so I'm just used to sleeping alone. But I just wanted to ask, do you think that I should try to cuddle, try to get more used to the cuddling while I sleep? Or do you think it's something that he should compromise on and just be okay with cuddling before bed? Thanks so much. Let me know. Bye.
Great question, Erin. Great question. Because, again, I think this could be a case of compromising. I mean, your habit is rolling over and just falling asleep. And he needs that to feel connected to you. So I would say it can't hurt trying because it doesn't sound like you loathe cuddling. It sounds like you're in the habit of falling asleep, cuddling, and then you roll over, which I think a lot of people do. But I personally like to be touching the person that I'm with. So maybe, touching the person that I'm with when I'm dating them. Like, I don't need to be like completely enveloped in his arms the whole time, but you could do like that thing where your like legs are wrapped around each other, and you're not really like, you're still touching in that way, but you're not completely embracing, because I know it gets hot, you want to roll away, but people have very different feelings about this. And so I would say, why not try it, see how it goes. Like, it could be like you're cuddling, but maybe he needs to make some compromises on what cuddling means to him. Like, if he needs to, again, engulf you, again, just like you could be holding hands or your feet could be wrapped around each other. But I say, why not? Why not? Like,
I'd say this is my dream girl right here. Like,
I know.
Not cuddling. It's weird. The typical like, oh, the girl wants to cuddle and the guy doesn't.
But he wants,
I don't want to cuddle.
Nothing's
I want to
typical.
sleep on my back. I mean, my girlfriend doesn't mind not cuddling.
She doesn't mind anything.
Yeah.
Like, you never let this one go, Menace, because she literally puts up with you. It's friggin' amazing. Like, seriously, she should get a medal.
With me? What's wrong with me?
Well, it just would be challenging. I'm just saying.
What's challenging?
I don't know. The fact that you probably don't, and even not only don't you know the quadrant and the clitoris, I'm not sure you know the clitoris.
I can take a stealth fighter and find the quadrant
if you needed to, right? But no, Erin, I think those are good questions. Like, what do? You're 28, you've been with him. I think like you guys got to work on it together. Maybe some nights you cuddle, maybe sometimes you don't. You might find you like it more than you realize. But if so here's my thing with cuddling. I personally have been with men who just like roll over and fall asleep, and I have woken up. I feel like I am being like abandoned, rejected. Like, to me, it feels like I might as well be sleeping alone. And so I like to have some form of physical contact. Like, I need that, so I totally get it. And if that's what he needs, again, you could kind of find a compromise there. But if you can't do it, you can't do it. And again, he's just going to have to deal with it, I guess. But I personally couldn't deal with it. I need that. That's how I feel.
All right.
Or you got to find someone who's not a cuddler.
Yeah.
Okay, we got one more.
All right.
Hi, Emily. My name is Allie, and I'm a mid-20s female from Manhattan, and I listen to your show on the Stitcher podcast app. I was thrilled to meet you on the street on Sunday at She. You're exactly how I imagined you. Friendly, articulate, and genuine. Truly beautiful inside and out. My question is, how do I change positions more seamlessly in bed? I often find that I follow the lead of my partner and fall into the habit of letting him direct our next sex position. Any advice on what I can say or do during sex to ease myself into being in charge of sex transitions? Thank you so much. I love your show. And also, my boyfriend is obsessed with Anderson and the film vault. So, hi, Anderson. Bye.
Oh, thanks, Allie. It was so nice to meet you. I remember meeting you when I got out of the car, and I remember meeting you there in the street. So thank you so much for coming.
That's
and
awesome.
God, our listeners, aren't these great, like articulate questions? Cool. Okay, Allie, here's the deal. How to transition? He probably takes control because that's how every woman has wanted. A lot of guys, they got a lot of pressure on themselves. Men have to make typically have to initiate. They got to direct. I think that you might be overthinking this. If you know that you want, just freaking roll. When you're doing a position, you start having sex, climb on top of him. Like, do doggy style. Like, I know that I've been with guys, when I'm with guys and I'm like, want doggies, I'll just like get on my knees. I will climb on top of them. Like, they really don't protest.
No.
So I don't even know that I could explain to you some kind of like elaborate choreography, but you might just want to be like, God, you know, it feels so good right now. And then you climb on. If you'd like some words so he knows what's happening, you'd be like, oh my God, let me try this. I've been thinking about this. I've been masturbating to this all week, and just like climb on top, do doggy, like whatever. I don't know what you're thinking about, but I would say just do it, and I don't think he's going to protest at all.
Guys are so easy, I'm telling you.
Roll him over like a dog.
Sexually, I mean, communicating with them, not so easy. But I mean, sexually, you take over. They're not gonna.
Guys love that.
Love it.
I think that. I mean, okay. So I think I've yet to hear from a man on this show in 11 years, hundreds of thousands of emails that had said, like, I'm so bummed that she always is taking control in the bedroom and doesn't let me do it. Like, never once.
You're not gonna
never
find
once.
that guy.
So, Allie, I say, I think this is all in your head that you're like, there's got to be a thing. So stop. Don't overthink it. When you're having sex with them, just do that thing and then let me know how it goes. And it was great meeting you too. And thanks for the kind words. These are fun. That's all we got time for, but I love these voicemails.
It's great seeing you.
I feel like they're here, Allie. I feel like you're here. So thanks, everyone. Great seeing you too, Menace.
happy
Congrats on all
that you're
yours.
Traveling everywhere and meeting
It feels
listeners.
good.
It's cool.
It's really cool. So I want to do more of it. If you're going to be in Europe, if you're going to be in Germany, Amsterdam in the next week, follow me on social media, and I will let you know where I'm going to be. Thank you, Menace. Follow Menace at Menace. Follow his dogs.
Yeah.
Follow his life.
It's so easy.
Listen to The Woody Show.
Yeah.
Check it all out. Okay, and thank you, producer Madison. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Ken. I have an amazing team.
I know.
So,
shout out to Ken.
Ken, I love you, Ken. I don't know why I'm shouting out to you. So thanks for killing it at the Sexual Health Expo. And I love you all. And thanks so much for listening. Was it good for you? Email me, feedback@sexwithemily.com. Let's talk about the orgasm gap. You don't know what the orgasm gap is? Okay, so a little refresher. Men take anywhere between 6 to 8 minutes to orgasm during intercourse. Women, between 20 and 40 minutes. You see the issue here? There's like a gap. Even if you don't have an issue with premature ejaculation, the fact remains women take longer to achieve orgasm than men do. A lot longer. But you can take action. You can. For starters, more foreplay. Foreplay is not just a suggestion, it's actually mandatory. And to help you narrow the orgasm gap during intercourse even more, try Promescent. See, Promescent is a clinically proven, FDA-approved product that can significantly delay ejaculation. So, why is that a good thing? Because if you're able to last longer, you'll have less anxiety about performing. You can focus on being in the moment with your partner, enjoying sex instead of stressing about it. And your partner gets a benefit of a longer, more intense experience. Doesn't that sound much better? Does that sound more fun? No more gaps? A lot more sex? A lot more orgasms? God, this sounds good. Promescent is a topical spray that gets applied to the penis to improve a man's stamina. Unlike common delay sprays that make you numb, Promescent is quickly absorbed, allowing you to enjoy the sensations of sex. When used properly, it won't transfer to your partner, which, trust me, nobody likes. What other product can help you last longer, have better sex, reduce performance anxiety, and improve your relationship? Exactly, none. And it's easier to buy Promescent than ever before because now it's available at your local Rite Aid and Target too. That's right, you can run out, get some today. Of course, you can also click on the Promescent banner on my site or visit promescent.com today. Okay guys, turn your volume down for the next minute. I need to tell the ladies something. Go ahead, trust me, it's for your own good. All right, ladies, it's just us now. And I have news for you. Your guy loves to masturbate. Hey, it's natural, healthy, and necessary. Let him know that not only are you cool with it, but that you really want him to enjoy it too. Surprise him with the #1 selling toy for men, the Fleshlight. Fleshlight's toys feel so real that they are truly the next best thing. They have models created for every preference you can think of. Models that are perfect for travel, and one of our favorites, the Quick Shot. It's an open-ended sleeve that we like to call the hand job helper. And don't think your guy is the only one who will benefit from a Fleshlight. Their famous stamina training unit is all about helping guys learn to last longer in bed. This is the gift that keeps on giving. So if you really want to turn them on, turn him on with a fleshlight. It'll be a surprise he won't forget. Just go to sexwithemily.com and click on the fleshlight banner right now.